Well, so we're going to talk about Windows 11, Windows 11 Pro. If you got business, or you got home, whatever you got. But a Pro you would find mostly on business computers. It run a lot different than the home version. It's for those that know what they're doing on their computers. But the whole thing is this. I've been having a lot of problems, and I use Windows 11 every day. I have the iMac, and we have the Chromebook. Yeah, Chromebook is just a browser basically, and you're just using that. And you can run utilities. You can do Microsoft tools on there, but you have to do it on the browser. And then the Mac is, Mac is the Mac ecosystem, so you're gonna do your stuff on the Mac because that's what the Mac does. But not as much as it's been a lot of updates for Windows 11. A lot of updates, and with every update, as Intel updates. So you got both Intel's drivers and chipsets, Wi-Fi and Pro sets drivers, everything constantly update. It's ridiculous. It's nearly every week. What's going on? And now I log in, or I came back to the computer, was sleeping. I wake up, I try to do my, I make a video, transfer it to the computer. Can't do nothing. Explorer is frozen. What the heck is going on there? Why is it frozen? Why is it crashing? That makes no sense. So I determined that I have a lot of things hooked up through USB. So I unplug all the USB devices and just have the mouse directly plugged in. I use one of these interfaces. The only problem with these interfaces with the NIC card built in, this is I think this is straightly a gig. I don't think it's 1/100. Yeah, 3.0 USB. There's 3. So you got type 3 port here, and then you got three more ports, and you got basically a NIC right here. The only problem with this interface, I don't know if it's still. It doesn't rely on updates. It just basically runs as like a third drive, that's the way they had it. And it's it shows up as a drive, but it's not really a drive. But it's this USB hub. It's kind of weird how they have it set up. It might cause a problem. I have 3 of those. I have one hooked up to the Mac. I have another one hooked up to the Windows 11 Pro. The spare one was supposed to be used on other devices that I had. So, like computers that the NIC card is not working. Say your internal NIC card, network card. That's what it means, NIC. That's the NIC way to call it. Sometimes that gets corrupted. It depends on the age of the computer. Yeah. So that's another problem too. So use that, but that can get overheated. This device gets hot. It gets really hot. Let me see. Where is it? This gets extremely hot. Of course, you could cool it down. Yeah, that's true. You can hook up a little cooler to it. Not a USB device. So you got a USB cooler to keep the laptop cool because the laptop is running at full speed ahead. I run always in full speed ahead. So technically speaking, overclocking it as best as I can, because you want it overclock to run faster and faster and faster. Yeah, but we know what happens after a while. Yeah, that's why you have to keep the system cool as possible. Maybe today you really don't need to overclock your machine. Right now I'm uploading 4 video files, and they are approximately 17 gig, almost 18 gig. Another one's another 17.8 gig, 19 gig, and 19 gig. That's a lot of gig going up at the same time. Yeah. And you got your fiber plan, fiber uploads. Great. Anything lower is megabytes is not like a gigabyte. Yeah. No. But I don't want to get into that network stuff. So yes, I'm uploading several files. One file is up already. The second file is clicking. It has to go in a queue. Okay, especially if you're uploading. I'm uploading to YouTube right now, so when we're uploading to YouTube, to make sure it's on fiber, because sometimes I just have to switch to T-Mobile, and I use T-Mobile to control 2.4 gigahertz. Okay, and everything that's slow goes on there. I did explain why I'm doing that. So I want to leave the fiber, and the fiber is set to this 5 gigahertz, 160 hertz. I know they say megahertz, but that's 160 as fast as you can. Okay, megahertz. You want to say megahertz? It's just a bandwidth speed, because you want full speed ahead. It's larger, Instead of 80, you got 80 pipes. Then you have 160, and you got more. So I said that. So that's how that works. I do want to put that up higher in the air, the gateway, like I have the attic one up there. That's right. T-Mobile, but T-Mobile, that's cellular. That's a whole different ball game compared to the fiber here, which is still relying on a fiber line going out to the main transformer controller, a hub out there. And mine, it has to be fed underneath the street because it's on the other side. Now, the theory was the closer you were to it, it's faster. But when it comes to fiber, it really doesn't matter. But you want to be as close. You don't run fiber lines too long. They had to send a special guy to bury the cable out in my yard. You can't see. He did a good job. Hopefully he went deeper than Xfinity. They only go like a few inches, and eventually the cable pops up, and you cutting your lawn, and you don't even know it's happening. You're out. So that's a whole different ballgame. So I'm not as close as to that main cable coming in as possible. That's what I want, and I have good connections. Okay. But when you upload, like I am right now, I'm uploading to YouTube. When you upload to YouTube, you're hitting their servers. So if their servers are not busy, it'll run a little better. And it's running good. We're at 37% on the second file. So we've got a couple more to go. But the thing is, I need Windows 11 to run fast. Because I booted it up after I just finished running a couple of updates. And sometimes those updates can get stuck. They'll try to update and your computer go to sleep. You wake your computer up and you can't do nothing. Another culprit is the USB drives, like I mentioned now. Say I have like a portable USB drive hooked up. I hooked it up to the other side. There's a free. So that's Type C to Type C. Then we have the Type 3s on this side. So the Type 3s devices go into it. They're all Type Cs. So they're all hooked up. So the mouse is hooked up by itself. Don't put the mouse. Don't. It's a bad habit, and a lot of you might do it. You want to put the mouse into this, and then run this in there, and you'll say, well, yeah. Well, if the mouse is slower, you want to put in its own connector there. If it's not a Type 3, but don't run the mouse inside here, because sometimes if this goes wacky, your mouse won't work, and you'll be really upset. Now on the Macintosh, those of you who are on the Mac, this works great, because then you can put, say you want, like I do, I save my music to a stick, and then in that stick is plugged in, because the Mac only have so many ports in the back. This one has Lightning, so this one has Lightning. So you use Lightning if that's what you're doing. But that stuff is, like that. But the thing is, this is constantly happening too much. I had to get rid of it's been a long time with them. WiseCare products. I get rid of them all. I mean, there's a tool to fix the taskbar, but I see Microsoft PC Manager has that too, so we can fix it. So we can actually get rid of all of Wise. Because right now I have Wise all removed. It's a long story. But anyway, I removed everything. So we're using Microsoft PC Cleaner. It does a good job. I mean, I go to the browsers, they go like that. Before everything was crawling like a turtle, and this is a fast. This is 4 cores with 8 threads. Not bad for what it can do. Yeah. But again, the problem with Windows. I see a lot of people talking about it. Sometimes we don't look at it and we think about something else, but you gotta fix it. I'm not saying don't reinstall Windows 11, because you're not fixing anything. Since everything on this, there's no hard drives. And the hard drive hooked up to it is a solid state, so it's really not a hard drive. I think sometimes the thing gets confused. See, the other company, IOBit, they have Game Booster. They have a thing in Game Booster that can actually clear out the USB. So every time you stick a USB device into Windows, it remembers and stores a file on that's being used. Sometimes those need to be cleaned out, and so when you stick that device in there, it refreshes. Now, I don't see anything that from Microsoft that can clean it, except for IOBit. But I don't want to install IOBit's Game Booster or anything like that. It's hard to get rid of those things when they get into the machine. I don't know why it's like that. I used to use them before Wise, but I don't use them anymore. And I wish Microsoft would have an option. Hey, when the USBs, you plug too many things in the USB, those files, the data get corrupted, and they need to be cleaned out. If there was a way, I should ask our little friend. Let's see. Okay, I don't know. If there's anything out there we can clean. Let's see. I have to check. Let's check it. I don't type into these things. I talk into it. Let me use my phone. This thing is fully charged. Friend mode. Oh, ChatGPT. I say friend mode. Got it. Friend mode activated. What's on your mind today? Okay, so IOBit has Game Booster. Inside Game Booster, there's a utility to clean out traces of USB devices that maybe you're not using anymore, and it gets logged in there, and sometimes it can corrupt. What do we have today to fix that? Gotcha. USB what? The View by Neurosoft, free portable tool that shows all USB devices ever connected to you, and you can uninstall the unused one. Device Manager Cleanup, built-in way. You can manually remove ghost USB devices. Open command prompt. Run as the command. As the systems admin. CM and set DEVMGR _ show _ non-present _ devices =1. Start DVMG mt.msc. Interesting. In Device Manager, go to View, Show Hidden Devices, expand Universal Serial Controllers in Disk. Right-click on uninstall any grayed out ones. Registry Cleaner. I didn't ask them Registry Cleaner. If corrupted seems registry related to files is more surgical backup, registry first, navigate to HKE equals _ local _ machine / system / currency control set / ENUM / USB. Okay, he said IOBit Game Booster or Dry Booster. Sometimes their own tools can be buggy. Uninstall and reinstall the Game Booster. Run Deep Clean or Drive Clean utility available. Bonus: use System Checker if corrupt suspected. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, I'd rather go this way. Run the command com and run set. Oh, done. Let's see something here. Copy code. Copy. What are you running? A batch file here on the set command one? Okay. Okay, it's an environmental setting. Okay, that I can figure that one out. I've done that before. It's been a long time. Okay. Thanks. Alright, so there's a way to fix it. So without getting Game Booster and all that stuff. So I'm going to try it. Because I think what happens is that after a while they're not longer used anymore, and Microsoft keeps track of those like that. Why, after all these years, they're still doing the same thing? I don't understand. They keep updating the system. Don't they have thinking? What's going on? Why don't they say, hey, we need to take care of the USBs? After the user installs all these USBs, well, eventually the system should scan it. You could make the AI do it. Make the AI. They should have an AI. It should have a self-cleaning AI. Good morning, Albert. Your system needs to be clean. Should I clean it? Yes, clean it. Let it clean it. Should I clean it thoroughly? Clean it correctly and make sure it's running at its peak performance. Let it back up the system restore, whatever it is, and like that. Why don't they have that in there? I don't say the Copilot could do it or something similar to it. I thought Cortana could do it, but I don't know. I don't know how they're thinking. Why don't we revamp the whole operating system and just make a true Microsoft operating system instead of running DOS on the bottom and then the Windows. It's used to be called "What you see is what you get." Okay, what you see, what you get. That's what they were aiming. They were trying to get out of the text space, and they were trying to get into a graphical user base. And, first it was the 8-bit, and then they went up to what they have today. Okay, which that's why when they say 8-bit cameras and your camera that's hybrid and shoots in video, it can only shoot in video and audio, and camera mode only in 8-bit. Again, I say, oh my God, why? It's so mind-boggling. Why would it just shoot in 8-bit? Well, you're paying so much money. It can shoot in this. I'm using the Nikon Z30 here, and this shoots. It has 12-bit and 14-bit, but look, it's only for color. When it comes to video, I don't even want to say it what it does. That's really bad. That's terrible. But the new ones can do 10-bit. The top of the line camera, I think the Z9 can do 12-bit. It says. Can we go higher than that? Or is it too expensive to make? The other camera to this, the Canon's are 50Vs, supposed to do 10-bit. But there's some trade-off with that. Some people, and until I get my hands on one, then you know the truth. But it's pricey. But the other things have to come first. But eventually, I'll end up getting one. But at that time, maybe it'll have more features and stuff like that. I like the Nikon. It's good. It records. I'm recording this. I have to have extra lighting. I don't think I have to light them bright as I have. Okay. Is that coming in dark before? You don't want to go too bright. I can put a filter on this. This is a neutralizer, so it'll look like this. I don't know. There's a bunch of a different. This is more for outside. You see a difference? But yeah, I'm actually using the Nikon 1650 millimeter. The reason why I'm using that, I need to adjust because remember, the new one is this one here, which is this is all right. This is the automatic focus on this is wow, it's very busy, but it does work. Okay. This, I don't know, up close. I should try that instead, but it's something. Sometimes I want to go really in, and there's no option to go like that. What is this? Oh, it's so stuck all the time. I don't understand why this thing is stuck. I want to have that on tight. That's all metal construction, that lens. This is plastic. They charge you so much money for this. Okay, that's dirt. I try to use glass lenses. I don't want to use plastic lenses. We use the American company there. They make tripods too, so I stick with this glass. I believe it's glass. It should be glass. I mean, this is another one of their. Yeah, these are glass. We actually have. Yeah. You see how when I start to talk, everything kind of whips together and everything gets into it. But that's life, you know. Sometimes you're talking about one subject, and another subject is talking. Holy cow! The battery's already dying on this already. I like this pole thing I got. It is cool, you know. I don't even have the whole set. It's like a monster, like a gigantic spider. But you know, it's mounting the camera this way. It's fun because I don't have to fumble with the tripod. Actually, I'm actually get another one and put it in the studio and manipulate it that way. That way, I can maybe do more things because the tripod can get into the way. You know, I have a fluid one. I have a heavy duty. It's made by the same manufacturer that makes this thing here. We just have to face it. Everything's made in China, except for a few things. It's still like these these lenses for the. This is UV. This is 62 millimeter, and this one is so miniaturized. This is UV ultra. This one says UV protection, and this one says, "Oh, I see. This is the other companies." I bought the JJC. I don't know what the JJC. JJC is made in the United States, doesn't say. Oh, Japanese, that's right. There's Japanese ones too. I thought I bought this in that company. Well, you'll hear a lot from me. I have this channel. You know, this is the only tech channel I have. The solar channel. but constantly have to keep these lenses clean. And then we have to clean the sensor inside. You need a special cleaner for that. I can't use what I'm using now to clean. Should get a sensor to clean the sensor because dust might fly in there. And it can cause spots too. Alright, I don't want to over tighten this. Shouldn't see much of a difference. I use this because I do a lot of things on the camera, and I don't want to mess up the main lens. So that's why I'm putting this on there. But this is with no lens on there, and this is what it looks like. But we get the 4K, very good. Now a lot of cameras are talking about 4K 60. But well, we'll talk about that another time. But this one was just strictly for Windows, and I was just talking about what I'm doing right now. That's it, okay? I know. All right. Hey, my problem seems to be working now. That's what you have to do. We have to run that that set of tools for the USB to fix that problem. Because every time Windows updates, the USB drives gonna get all screwed up on me. It's ridiculous to fix all the time. That's the title. Screwed up USB drive. I wonder if we can say that. Yeah, we can say that. Hey, we're out of here. Okay? I'll use this one. This should fit. Nope. Does not fit. Where is the other one? Too much things on the table. Damn. Can't find it. Got too much stuff. Too much gear. Too much. Yeah, well, like I said, I have a lot of gear. It's not just Windows stuff and PC stuff. We got everything. All right. Well, can't find it, but don't really need it now anyway. We're gone.